So, this is where you buy your clothing, huh? I'm surprised. It's actually a pretty nice place. Wow. Already, that's like savage. Oi, what's that supposed to mean? I dress far better than you do. Liar. You may have the figure of a model, but I'm definitely better than you when it comes to picking clothing. In fact, don't even think about it. Think about what? Don't play dumb. You were just thinking about picking out some clothes for me to try out, weren't you? I avert my gaze. No, maybe. I mean, no, of course not. But now that you suggested it, not happening. Aw, why not? Because you'll pick something pink and frilly and totally nauseating. I will not! I mean, you totally would. Look at what you wear all the time. I picture Zoe in a magical girl outfit, then as a ballerina. Neither ensemble looks good in my mind, but I doubt it would look any better in person. My thoughts then turned to something more androgynous. As I thought, it's definitely gotta be a butler outfit. You know, I probably should be offended by that, but I'm really not. So, is that a yes? Sure, as long as you put on a French maid outfit as well. Ooh, I widen my gaze in both surprise and joy. You want to dress up with me? No, I really don't. I just said that because I thought you would. Dressing up together! This is like a dream come true! When I heard that I had a sister, I'd hoped we would do things like try on clothes together. For a while after we first met, I thought it would never happen, but it seems I gave up too soon. No, you were right to give up. Please do so again. Nuh-uh. We came here to try on clothes, and that's exactly what we're gonna do, Missy. I'm gonna go find the salesperson and ask where I can find the... Zoe? Where'd you go? Zoe! Come back! Hey! Come on, Zoe. Wouldn't it be fun to have a bit of dress up during our date? Pretty please. No way. This time you're definitely not turning things around on me. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, you don't. Anyways, I'll have you know I happen to have a secret trump card up my sleeve, and so there's no time for dress up. A trump card? So we're going to walk around the park, see the sights, have something to eat. Oh, I want cotton candy. Something proper to eat. After that, we'll walk around for a bit more and settle our stomachs. Finally, if you're good, I might agree to go on the Ferris wheel with you. Maybe. I stare at Zoe in both disbelief and anticipation. You want to go on the Ferris wheel, huh? That's surprising. I thought you would be more of the roller coaster type. I said nothing of the sort. I'm obviously just doing it because you might enjoy it. If you don't want to go on the Ferris wheel, I'll happily retract my offer. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Everyone loves the Ferris wheel, right? Fuck that, I don't like it. I hate heights. Well, if you want to go on the Ferris wheel that bad, I might have a surprise for you when we get to the top. A surprise. Yep, something someone would only do on a date. Oh, let's go right now then. God, her voice changed drastically. No way, we have to wait until it's nighttime. Then we'll rise to the top, take in the view, then we'll look deeply into each other's eyes, and then we'll... let's just get something to eat, okay? I imagine she, like, Iris, whenever, like, she starts giggling, I imagine it's really, like, like, you know, kind of creepy, because she's so awkward. After briefly leaving the park to eat at a family restaurant, Zoe and I continue to walk around together. Side by side, we cover every inch of the park, giving us plenty of time to digest lunch. We lap the park a few times and finally decide to call it a day. Before going home, however, there is one attraction without which our date would not be complete. Zoe and I encroach upon the Ferris wheel, and at last we shut down for maintenance. Fuck! Sometimes my voice doesn't change, so I keep the same voice when it's supposed to be me saying it. I guess a machine of this size would need regular maintenance to keep going. Just how much work goes into running one of these anyway? Oh, Zoe's not gonna care. She's gonna go in there. Oh well, maybe next time. Let's just head home, Zoe. Oh, she's not gonna. Zoe? Gonna ride it. Uh-huh. Zoe grabs me by my wrist. I said we're gonna ride it. Ah, stop it! What do you think you're doing? The Ferris wheel isn't operational, can't you see that? I don't care. We're gonna ride the Ferris wheel together, and that's that. I pull on Zoe's arm as she drags me towards the Ferris wheel. However, Zoe resists my movement with ease. And without even moving her feet, she pulls me back, putting an end to my futile efforts. Zoe, stop! How the... Ooh. Zoe, I know that you're disappointed, but you can't fix the Ferris wheel with willpower alone. We'll come back another day, okay? You promise? Yeah, I promise. What's wrong, Zoe? This isn't like you at all. It's stupid. I wanted to end our date with something cool. I mean, we've been just wandering around to random places. That's not romantic at all. Zoe, is this your first date? Oh. Zoe looks at me, now frozen in place. I just mean, all day you've been acting kind of strange, you know? I'm not saying it's unpleasant. It's actually quite a nice change of pace, to be honest with you. But you know... Isn't it your first date too? Zoe deflects the question back at me. Taken aback, I stare up at her. She's squaring her shoulders in defiance and stepping towards me. Her thick boots add a couple of inches to her height, making her glare a bit higher up than normal. I let out a raspy laugh. This is just like the first time she cornered me in the hall. Don't laugh at me. Zoe's voice breaks as she pleads with me. Eh? I snap my mouth shut and notice with a start that there are tears in the corner of her eyes. I'm sorry. The truth is, when I got to the apartment, I was so nervous thinking about our date. I just sat there on my bed, thinking about how I was going to go on a date with you. What I'd say, what we could even do. Then I thought maybe I should go buy a new outfit since I didn't have anything special. I walked into 3 stores just before our date, but nothing I tried on was any good. Then I watched you from behind a tree for 5 minutes before I could even muster the courage to come over. My heart drops as Zoe finishes her sordid confession. Her shoulder slumps so low that her head hangs. I didn't want Zoe to feel bad. How could I be so insensitive? Zoe. Feeling bold, I place my hand underneath her chin to raise her head. She doesn't meet my eyes, staring off into the streets. I just want to spend time with you. You don't have to wear anything new just to come see me. I like you just the way you are. Well, you are always saying my taste in clothes isn't your liking. Oh, what have I done? I'm sorry I made you so nervous. I didn't realize that I'd made you feel so bad. I hide my tearing face in my hands. I can't even bear to look at her now. Whoa, please don't cry. Zoe frantically looks around as if someone could rescue her. I made you feel so bad that you didn't even want to come over to see me. No, you idiot! I wanted to impress you. Zoe grabs at her hair frantically while stomping. She then pulls me close into her arms. Yeah, this is my first date, and I know it's yours too. I just wanted it to be special. I just want you to think I'm cool. Oh, that's already a thing. Zoe slumps onto my shoulder, hiding her face. Pulling her back up, I gaze into her wide eyes with all the warmth in my heart. Zoe, I do think you're cool. Because I love you. Oh, God. In my heart. Worry practically melts out of her face as she places her own hand on mine. You do? I do. We gaze into each other's eyes as time seems to stand still in the park. You're seriously a dork, though. 3 stores and you couldn't find anything to wear? How's that even possible? I thought I was bad. I took 3 hours to get ready today. I used my favorite face mask the night before. That's good. My trophy wife should look nice and polished so I can show her off. What? I stomp my foot indignantly as Zoe barely hides her smirk. We start giggling like crazy. Crude jokes finally breaking the ice. I'm kidding. You look very pretty. I release Zoe's wrist and shake my head in amusement. Oh! The moment I do, Zoe slips her hand into mine and locks our fingers together. Zoe? Is something wrong? Zoe smiles back at me happily, as though her action is completely natural. Oh, no, it's nothing. I squeeze Zoe's hand and move closer to her side. Without saying another word, the two of us leave the park, walking so close together that even a complete stranger could understand our relationship in a single glance. Oh, the love. It brews. It's almost. Oh, I can't. The cuteness. This tenderness. In the time since our first date, we'd all been almost inseparable. But with the weekend behind us, Zoe and I return to school for another week. It's time for us two to have buckle down and study, earning ourselves another weekend of fun. But in this time, our hormones certainly weren't settling down. Lately, we'd been finding creative ways to take out our frustrations on each other at home. Oh my. There was only one thing on our minds, and it certainly wasn't studying. But while I am happy to wait until we get home, Zoe is not so easy to please. While I was walking to class, I got a text from Zoe to meet her in the stairwell. If I had known this was what she had in mind. Oh God. Oh my goodness, what? Zoe, stop it. Shh, don't talk. Just close your eyes and concentrate on my fingers. Oh my. I obey Zoe's command and close my eyes. Am I gonna have to edit this out? I can feel her hand gently stroking my face, making its way down to my collarbone. My shirt begins to feel loose. Zoe is unbuttoning my shirt with one hand while holding me close with another. Zoe, don't. Not at school. We're at fucking school, Zoe! It's fine. Nobody's going to disturb us here. It's just me and you, all alone in our little world. Zoe retracts her hand from my collarbone and brings it to my hip. She slides her hand beneath my shirt and drags it up with her forearm as her hand creeps up my torso. Ah. A soft gasp escaped my lips as the pressure on my chest drops once more. But this time it isn't because of my shirt being unbuttoned. I hear a click, and a moment later I feel a chill of my breasts. My bra slides down my body, dropping to the floor. Plain and white. I'm a little disappointed in you, Iris. Are your panties more interesting, perhaps? Nah, I mean, still white. Zoe tugs at my skirt, pulling the waist up so she can see up the front. Damn. Zoe lets out a sigh and releases my skirt. Oh well, it's not like I expected you to wear something erotic to school. Besides, the zipper on the side of my skirt descends, causing my skirt to loosen in the same manner as my shirt. It's all the same once they hit the floor, right? Zoe pulls the zipper down even further, then suddenly stops. I open my eyes to see what she's doing. Zoe, what are you... No peeking, Iris. She puts one hand over my eyes as the other hand traces my stomach. She runs a single finger up and down my body, tickling my flesh as the sense of anticipation kills me. Now, where will I strike next? Care to take a guess, Iris? My breathing stops as Zoe's finger wriggles between my skirt and waist. Then she slips it under my panties. But the second she gets that far, Zoe retracts her hand once more, still leaving me guessing. No guesses? I wanted to hear you dirty talk for once, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Well, cause don't do it! I mean, do it! Zoe moves her free hand to my back, pulling my upper body forward while she's still covering my eyes. Zoe, isn't this going a little too far? We should really... A soft breeze suddenly tickles my ear. Unexpected and surprisingly pleasurable, the sensation causes a weak yelp to escape my lips. I try to look for the source of the unexpected sensation, but with Zoe's hand still cut over my eyes, I fail to do so. How cute. Did it really feel that good? Maybe I should have you return the favor. Zoe's voice is quiet. The fact that I can hear her means that she's right next to my ear. I quickly piece the evidence together and realize that the strangely enjoyable sensation was the feeling of Zoe blowing in my ear. That actually feels way better than you would think. Just throwing that out there. Zoe, please, I can't. You can't what? All you need to do is sit back and relax. Zoe blows in my ear again, and I feel a shiver run down my spine. When we get home, I'm gonna fucking pounce on you and destroy your everything. Her warm breath then finds its way to my neck. at which point I feel a soft, wet sensation leave its mark. Zoe is kissing my neck over and over, making her way downtown to my collarbone. She pulls my shirt, loosened from either earlier, down to just above my breasts, and for every inch my shirt descends, so do her lips. Though my chest is still covered, I can feel the air on my chest as Zoe gives herself a clear view of my breasts from above. Her kisses stop a moment before she reaches my breast. Your nipples are erect. You're enjoying this after all, aren't you, you dirty girl? No, that's not... I try to protest, but I realize I'm not fucking fooling anyone. Zoe doesn't even wait for my response as she pressed her lips against my bare skin, teasing me as she purposely avoids my breasts. She is the tease master, man. Before she can reach her presumed target, Zoe stops. She pulls her face away and covers my chest with my shirt. Just as I think it's over, I feel her hand on my thigh. Zoe's hand gently glides across my skin, above my knees, but below my skirt. She starts to move her hand upward. She softly prods my butt with her fingers, then tugs on my panties from below. Plain white, and soon to be removed. Are you turned on, Iris? My breathing stops once more. I know exactly what Zoe's about to do. She's made her intention clear. But to let her see my... In school, I'd once let her peek briefly at home, after she'd asked for a reward for acing an exam. That's a good reward. I shyly pulled up my skirt while sitting in the dining room chair. Then, under Zoe's lust-filled gaze, I pulled my panties to the side, letting her take in the sight of my bare lips. We've been doing things like this quite frequently, never really acknowledging the unspoken taboo of our relationship, never really taking it that far. But this is... Even so, I don't try to stop her. I simply wait for her next move, torn between embarrassment and arousal. It's okay. You don't need to say it. I'll let your body do the talking. Zoe runs a single finger over my panties, tracing my most sensitive area through the fabric. Though she's gentle, and she does so indirectly, a wave of pleasure washes over my body, and I can't help but let out another moan. I knew it. If you're already this excited, then... Zoe tugs at my panties once again, but this time she seems intent on removing them. I can feel the tight fabric moving down my thighs, so slowly that the weight is agonizing. Just as I entertain the thought of removing them myself, Zoe forcefully grabs hold of my panties and... Oh, abort mission! Abort mission! Well, that was rough. I almost forgot how difficult it was to run in long pants. My heart stops as an unfamiliar voice echoes around us. The sounds of two sets of footsteps approaching grows louder by the second, causing panic to immediately set in. Yeah? Well, what else are you gonna wear when it's cold outside? Or would you be rather wearing bloomers? Zoe quickly removes her hands from my body, then squats down. She hurriedly pockets my bra and glances at my face, then buttons my shirt back up as she realizes that I'm frozen solid. Hey, don't even joke about that. Some schools actually make their students wear them, you know. Schools with male principals, no doubt. They probably have school swimsuits, too. Gross! Please, can we just change the topic? You're the one who started it, God. Zoe casually pulls me to the wall as we wait for the two female students to walk by. They glance at us briefly, but stop short of actually saying anything. All they see are two students skipping class. Whew, that was close. Maybe we should have just used the bathroom. Once the girls' footsteps are no longer audible, Zoe lets out a sigh. Still, it was fun, don't you agree? Zoe looks down at me and smiles. Unable to say anything, I quickly avert my gaze. My face is already hot, and I'm far too embarrassed to make any sort of eye contact. Maybe just a little. A few words escape my lips as I force myself to speak. Zoe seems almost surprised as her eyes widen, but after only a moment, her smile reappears. Is that so? Then perhaps we should continue somewhere with a little more privacy? Zoe takes my hand in hers, but rather than walk off, she places something in my hand. I look down and find a piece of familiar fabric. Put that back on and meet me in the bathroom in 10 minutes. Don't keep me waiting. Oh my goodness. We gonna have this bathroom scene too? No, we're not. Oh my god. This is going crazy. Days continue to pass as Zoe and I become more intimate and daring. What started as playful flirting quickly developed into public displays of affection, and even cheeky moments at school. Though we're careful not to get caught by the teachers, we consistently teeter on the edge, taking stupid risks as our hormones take over. Even if you did forget, I don't think anyone would notice. Not a chance. There's no way that's true. Sure it is. I've forgotten them before. As long as you act natural, it's not particularly windy, and then there's really nothing to worry about. I guess, but wouldn't it feel weird? I don't think I'd be able to keep calm at all. They're talking about panties. That's an understatement. I can see it now. Iris with a bright red face, tightly clutching her skirt and on the verge of tears. I wouldn't be that bad. What about you? You said you forgot to wear panties to school before, but there's no way you were as composed as you claim. Sure I was. Nobody had a clue. Well, except for this one teacher who was peeking up skirts from the bottom of the staircase. I got all A's in his classes for the rest of the semester. Wow, Zoe! You didn't! Calm down, Iris. Of course I didn't. Come on now, you know I wouldn't be that careless. And if I did catch a teacher peeking up my skirt, there's no way I'd let him live. Yeah, that's true. I was serious about forgetting once or twice, though. That wasn't a lie. It was pretty breezy, and I kind of was worried for the first time, but otherwise it wasn't that bad. You should try it sometime. I'm sure you'd get a kick out of it. No, not on your life. I only brought up the topic because it's one of my biggest fears. And you thought revealing your fears to me would be a good idea? Watch your back, Iris. One of these days, I'm definitely gonna make you go to school commando. Just try it. There's no way that I'll let that happen. Oh, she'll overpower you, Iris. If she wants to do something, she's gonna do it. She's stronger and bigger than you are. Rip you. I wouldn't be so sure about that. The next time you go to the toilet, don't be surprised if a hand reaches under the partition and steals your underwear. Oh my god, Zoe! Stop it! That's way too creepy, even for you, and you're kinda creepy sometimes. Oh, lighten up. You can't really be that scared of it happening. You have no idea. Besides, even if you did forget, it's not like there wouldn't be a silver lining. While my gaze is focused on Zoe's face, I feel a soft, warm sensation running up my thigh. I look down to see Zoe's arm. She's discreetly slipped her hand under my skirt, and it's now stroking my thigh. Oh, Zoe loves the thighs too. Just like me. Zoe, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Zoe moves her hand upward, then removes her hand from my body. But before I can breathe a sigh of relief, Zoe's hand reappears closer to the top of my skirt and quickly slips under the waistline of my panties. Without a moment's hesitation, she grabs hold of my bare cheek, smirking playfully as she does. Zoe, you can't, not here. Not here, you say? Then where? Where would you like to continue? I lower my head ashamedly and glance towards a seldom used building towards the edge of the school. As you wish. Zoe removes her hand from under my skirt and moved it to my waist. Like that, we begin to walk side by side as Zoe keeps her arm wrapped around me. I look down at Zoe's arm and begin to fret. Lately, our little games have become rather extreme. We've always stopped short of actually having sex, but I still head back to class from our lust-filled encounters aroused and flushed. Isn't this a bit too obvious? What will we do if someone sees us? It'll be fine. Nobody's going to, Iris? No, emergency! Abort mission! Before Zoe can finish speaking, a stern, authoritative voice calls out to me from behind. Zoe and I turn around in a panic, quickly separating from one another and straightening up. Professor Podbert! Podbert? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Why are you heading towards the old science building? You know that area is off limits. Oh, I was just taking Zoe there to make sure she knows that it's a restricted area. Yeah, that.
Is that so?
The professor raises an eyebrow as he glances toward Zoe. Zoe mimics his expression without saying a word, and after a peculiar silent exchange, his attention is turned towards me once more.
Fair enough. More importantly, where were you yesterday? I didn't see you in class.
Oh, right. Yesterday I'd skipped school with Zoe in order to have fun around town. Oh, we're a bad influence. I thought nobody would notice, since it was only a single day off, but apparently my presence was missed after all. I was in bed. Yeah, I was too sick to come to school. Zoe also stayed home in order to take care of me. I look towards Zoe and smile. Zoe offers an expression halfway between a smile and a smirk, as though she's trying not to chuckle at my excuse.
I see. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, this professor, he ain't fucking Podbird ain't having none of our shit.
It's fortunate that you have a reliable younger sister.
Yes, it is. I'm very grateful to have Zoe by my side. I answer with a little bit too much enthusiasm, causing Zoe to blush slightly and turn away. But no sooner had I spoken up than I realized something odd. Wait a minute. Professor? Do you know Zoe? It seemed like the two of you hadn't met before, but given that you knew she was my younger sister, I had to ask.
Astute observation, Iris. I suppose I should have expected as much from a scholarship student. Yes, I know Zoe. I was the one of the teachers who reviewed your scholarship application after all, Iris. I know all about your family situation, just as I know how badly you want your scholarship.
The professor's expression shifts and his tone darkens. I feel as though he's about to say something very serious.
Iris, you weren't sick yesterday, were you?
Fucking Podbert! Of course I was. Like I said, Zoe and I were
ditching class again. I've been keeping an eye on you lately, Iris. Do you know why? It's because your grades and latest exam scores have been slipping. Badly. I was worried that something might be going on at home. I thought you might be having financial trouble, or having house problems. So I dug a bit deeper. But I found no such difficulties. Instead, I uncovered an interesting correlation. Every single time you disappeared from class or skipped school, your sister did the same.
I looked toward Zoe anxiously. Like me, Zoe was wearing a troubled expression. Unlike her usual stoic self, Zoe let what she was feeling show clearly. She knew exactly where the professor was going.
To be perfectly straight with you, Iris, you are dangerously close to losing your scholarship. Not only that, but until recently you were our top candidate for sponsored admission into Lilium, a free ride into a fantastic college which we only offer to a single student each year. Now, mere months before the decision, you're goofing off with that delinquent sister of yours. You're going to lose everything you've worked so hard to accomplish, all because of her bad influence.
My face continues to heat up as I fight back tears. Fuck you, Podbert! All the consequences that I had initially feared, all the repercussions I had chosen to ignore. Every bad thing that could happen to me is now surfacing. My scholarship, the one I had almost earned and the one I am aiming for, is being taken away. My only chance at having a top-class education, something I've worked so hard to earn with my own two hands, is just being ripped away. Even so, my mind remains focused. Amid all of his warnings, there was one thing the professor said that I can't agree with. Don't blame her. It was my decision to skip class. It's not like Zoe forced me or anything. I did it myself, okay? So it's not like she's the one at fault. With tears forming in my eyes, I barely managed to squeeze out those words. Zoe looks towards me with a solemn expression, fearful that anything she says will only make the situation worse. Now, no matter how strong and independent Zoe usually is, right now she's powerless.
Look, I understand the two of you have some catching up to do. Family is important. It's natural that the two of you would want to spend time together and get to know one another. Oh, you have no idea, Podbert. Especially you, Iris. You have a very diligent, sincere personality. I have no doubt that you've only been led astray because of your deep love for your family. That is why I've spoken to the school board on your behalf.
Wait, you have?
I have indeed. For an honor student like yourself, it was the least I can do. I argued that your record was perfect until you were influenced by another party. After much deliberation, they have agreed to let you retake your last test and prove that you deserve the opportunities you have been afforded.
A retest?
Don't go thinking that this will happen again. The school never does this. There are many other students who would kill to be in your place, Iris. You will take the makeup test privately, and you will be watched closely while you do. There will be no distractions, no possibility of cheating. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, Miss Professor Podbert. Perfectly clear.
Good. Glad to hear it. Make sure you ace the retest, okay? The school board and I will both look foolish if you squander this rare opportunity. And I don't want to hear another word about you ditching class or getting poor test results. I really stuck my neck out for you to do this, you know.
Yes, sir. Mr. Podbert, sir. I won't let you down. My enthusiasm brings a smile back to Podbert's face. He has said everything that he intended to, and my answer is exactly what he wanted to hear. But just as his expression begins to soften, the professor turns toward Zoe.
And as for you, be grateful that you are even allowed on this campus. After all of your antics, both before and after your entrance into this school, I'm amazed you're still even here. If it were up to me, you would be expelled, and Iris would complete her studies without you hindering her. You're a scourge upon your own sister, and you're the sole cause of her precarious situation. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Zoe grits her teeth. It takes every ounce of her willpower not to respond to the professor's harsh words. Fuck you, Podbert! Fine. If that's how it is, I'll go. I'll see you later, Iris. Zoe, wait! I reach out toward Zoe as she turns away. Zoe quickly storms off, and the moment I try to chase after her, a vice-like grip holds me back.
Let her go, Iris.
But, sir!
We still need to discuss the details of your retest. Let your sister vent. Some time for self-reflection might be just what she needs.
Oh, I don't like where this is gonna go. Okay. Oh no. Well, we gotta keep going. Shit. That stupid old man. Where does he get off acting like he knows everything about me? Bad influence, my ass. What's so bad about getting a job and having a little bit of fun? Mr. High and Mighty probably doesn't even know the meaning of the word fun. I know you're upset, but it's not nice to talk about someone like that. Fuck you, Podbert. Iris? Zoe spins around in surprise as I suddenly address her. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be nerding it up with the professor? Well, I probably should, but right now I'd much rather be consoling my dear little sister. I smile at Zoe as she scoffs at my remark. Little sister, huh? I don't think anybody will ever guess which one of us is the older sibling. That's fine. If I want to be the older sister, I'll happily let you pamper me. Be careful, I might just take you up on that offer. But are you really sure you want a bad influence like me to be responsible for you? The smirk on Zoe's face disappears in an instant. She hangs her head and stares at me with a serious yet sullen expression. Even if I didn't like what the old man was saying, there was some truth to his words. I'm the one who keeps pressuring you to skip school or ditch class with me. I'm the one inviting you out when you should be studying. If it weren't for me... Don't you dare talk like that! Weren't you listening to me back there? I chose to skip class. I chose to go out instead of studying. Everything happened was 'cause of me. My fault, not yours. And if I do lose my scholarship, that too will be my fault and mine alone. Though surprised by my response, Zoe quickly recovers and begins to frown. What's the deal with that anyway? The lithium thing. The Lilium Scholarship? It's just like the professor said. It's a scholarship that would allow me to enter Lilium College. Not only that, but I'd be able to stay at their dorms free of charge. And I'd be practically guaranteed a job by the time my education ends. And that's something you want. It is. I don't usually talk about school stuff with you since you find it boring, but getting a scholarship like that would be a dream come true. I can't tell you how many hours of sleep I've lost because I've been writing essays or studying ahead or engaging in extracurricular activities. After all the work I've put in, receiving a scholarship like that would be a dream.
Wow, I didn't realize it was such a big deal. As you know, academics really aren't my thing. Even if I do alright in some subjects, I honestly couldn't care less. I don't mean to say you're wasting your time or anything, but to me, it all just seems so pointless.
I thought you might see it that way, but that's okay. I know you aren't keen on school.
Listen, Zoe, as long as you get out of here with a B average, you're fine. That's what I did.
If you'd rather be working than studying, I don't see a problem with that.
Thank you. At least you get it. I tried to tell our father that I didn't want to go to some fancy pants school, but he was really insistent. I think he felt guilty about never getting to know me since we've only met a few times. He probably thought he could make amends by putting me on the right path, or some rubbish like that.
That sounds like father, all right. Still, I'm surprised he managed to persuade you. You must have inherited your forcefulness from him.
Sadly, I think you're right. I told him that I wanted to make music, but he said he wanted me to finish school. That's when he got the bright idea of pairing us together.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Of course, now I'm glad that we're together. But at first, I wanted nothing to do with you. You were just some pampered little girl sent by our father to spy on me and make sure I wasn't up to anything. That's actually part of the reason why I was going out at night without telling you. I didn't want you reporting to our father that I was playing guitar instead of studying. But even after you found out, I couldn't help myself. I wanted to play so badly that I thought I'd go crazy. Even if our father doesn't approve, I know what I want to do with my life. And for better or worse, I'm going to keep doing it.
Zoe seems strangely happy as she talks about her love for music, because she loves it, despite the fact that she's degenerating herself. Zoe is speaking in a calm and dignified manner. She knows exactly what she's most passionate about, and she is not ashamed to admit it. Realizing that, I begin to feel like I'm the screw-up. As hard as I work towards my studies, the truth is I don't know what I want to do when I graduate. I have no real goal. Compared to Zoe, who already knows what she wants to do with her life, I can't help but feel once more that she's the more mature of us. You know what, Zoe? The professor said that you're going down a bad path, but I don't think that's true. You're working towards a clear goal, and you have the ambition to get there. You're serious, and you're taking real steps towards realizing your dream. On the other hand, my path is so brittle that a single failed test could completely derail my life. I stare at the sheet of paper in my hand. Before parting ways, the professor printed out the details of the makeup test which I would be participating in. Though thankful for the gesture, I'm now more nervous than ever as the reminder of my failure stares back at me.
So those are the results of the retest, huh? Or details, not results. You haven't even taken it yet. Let me have a look.
Rather than address my concerns, Zoe takes my hand in hers with a smile. For a brief moment our hands touch, and I can feel warmth transmitting into my body. A second later, we separate, and Zoe has the paper in her hands. Let's see now. You've still got time. You could study up before then, no sweat.
You're gonna ace this test, Iris. I'll make sure of it.
Zoe. Zoe flashes me a smile, then returns her eyes to the sheet of paper. As she reads a little further, however, her expression quickly darkens.
Hang on, what's with the timing of this test?
Oh, yeah. They can't do it during school hours, so it has to be after school. That's not a problem, is it? I've come home from school later than that before.
That isn't the problem here.
Zoe angrily shoves the sheet of paper in my face. I take another look at the time and try to figure out what has her so mad.
No! No! It's the fucking her concert, isn't it?
Seeing me draw a blank, Zoe points to the date of the test.
You get it now?
Shit, this seriously can't be happening right now. Though I didn't see it immediately, the date and time do indeed pose a problem. The time of my test overlaps with Zoe's upcoming performance. Shit! Fucking shit! Her biggest to date and also the most important. She had mentioned it several times already, ensuring that I wouldn't forget. And whenever I assured her that I wouldn't miss it, her joy was obvious. This sucks. I was really looking forward to your show. But it can't be helped. I'll just go to the next one. It can't be helped? That's your conclusion? Iris, do you have any idea how important this show is to me? Or how badly I want you to come? This isn't just some event you can brush off like it's nothing. It's a huge deal to me, okay? No, I get that, but I mean, this test, it'll decide my fate, and I could go to any one of your concerts, right? My future could be riding on this test. I can't just blow it off. Sure you can. It's just one stupid test, right? Wouldn't you rather come see your sister play on the real stage with tickets and everything? This could be my big break, and I want you to be there. No, it's more than that. I need you, Iris, please. Zoe grabs my shoulders. Her voice is tight with desperation, and her grip is stronger than she realizes. Truth be told, I want to be there for her. And if this wasn't such a tense situation, hearing Zoe say that she needed me would have caused my heart to beat furiously. But unfortunately, I can't afford to think like that right now. It's without a doubt an unfair decision to make. Nobody should ever have to choose between their future and their own family. Be it as it may, that's exactly what I must do now. Will I redeem myself and pursue my own academic future? Or will I support Zoe and help her to achieve her dream? Fuck! God! Shit! Well, okay, guys. I know you guys are gonna... I want you guys to give me your opinion. If you've already fucking played the game, I don't want your opinion. Because I already know if you I'm not gonna say that. I do want your opinion, but I know your choice is gonna be the good choice or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how many endings there are. I know there's like a good ending and a bad ending, but I think that's it. But I don't know. And I feel like every decision we've done up until this point leads to this moment. But give me your genuine opinion on what you think I should do. And I'll think about it myself. We'll come back and decide from there. Because you guys know I only like to do one ending. So this is our only shot. And this decision right here seems like the biggest fucking decision in this game so far. And I feel like it's the deal breaker. So, the deal breaker or the deal gainer? So, let me know in the comments. And holy shit, I'll see you guys next episode when we... Mother of God.